Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Hope you all guys are very well. Right, so let's get on with the lesson then. So this is lesson number 30 inshallah of Qudoori, and I hope you guys are enjoying all these lessons and benefiting from them. Alhamdulillah, many of you guys have given me lots of very good feedback. If there is anything else that you guys want me to add in or maybe change or anything like that, put it in the comments below inshallah, and I will have a look at it, and in future videos I can make changes so that everyone inshallah can benefit from the videos as best as possible. So at-tayammum, this word, what does it mean? You guys should know what this means. Think. Right, if you don't know, go back to the previous videos. Darbatan. Yeah, darbatan is two strikes. Darbatun is one and two is darbatan. So darbatan, two strikes. Yamsahu, masaha, yamsahu, fataha, yaftahu. It means to wipe in Arabic. Bi-ihdahuma, ihda, it means one. It's feminine and it refers to one. Ahad is mudhakkar, ihda, feminine. So one, single, ihda. Okay, wajh means face. So face, this is the face. Okay, the face. Ukhra, it means other. Ukhra, other. Okay, yadayhi, it means hands. So yadayhi, it means hands, and it's two. So one is yad, and then two is yadani or yadaini. Okay, so mirfaqain, two elbows. Elbows over here, these elbows. Janaba is the state of major ritual impurity. So major ritual impurity is called janaba, and minor ritual impurity is called hadath. Right, so let me ask you a question now. When does a person go into the state of major ritual impurity? Think about it. When a person ejaculates, number one, and number two is if a person penetrates into the vagina. Okay, and number three is the state of hayd and nifas. When does a person go into the minor ritual impurity? Hadath. So we mentioned 7 things that necessitate this. If you can't remember this, go back to the videos, watch the videos again, and come back to this video. Okay, sawa, it means the same, or it means same, equal. Right, next. So let's look at the tarkib then, the i'rab. So waw is isti'naf, tayammum. This is the mubtada in the halatul raf, dhamma. Darbatan, this is the khabar, halatul rafa, with alif noon at the end. Okay, yamsahu is a fi'l, and the fa'il is inside of it, which actually goes back to the hypothetical person. Okay, bi is jar, ihda is mudaf, huma is mudaf ilayhi. Mudaf and the mudaf ilayhi put together becomes the majroor. Okay, so the jar and the majroor, and the wajh is mudaf, and he is mudaf ilayhi. Okay, so mudaf plus the mudaf ilayhi all put together becomes the maf'ul bihi of yamsahu. Okay, so yamsahu, and all of that is actually, all of that is the ma'tuf alayhi. Now you can make that the ma'tuf alayhi, and now you're going to make the waw the ataf. Okay, and the ba is the jar, ukhra is the majroor, and yadayhi mudaf ilayhi is going to become maf'ul bihi. Okay, so all of that now put together becomes the ma'tuf. So the, okay, so ila, now you got ila, which is jar over here, and mirfaqain is the majroor. Okay, so all of that put together now, ma'tuf plus the ma'tuf alayhi becomes muta'alliq connected to yamsahu. Okay, anyway, right, next. Tayammum is mubtada, min is jar, al-janaba is the ma'tuf alayhi, and waw is the ataf, hadath is ma'tuf. Ma'tuf plus the ma'tuf alayhi put together becomes majroor. Jar majroor put together becomes the well, it's muta'alliq to the tayammum, and sawa is the khabar. Okay, so that's what the khabar, and there you have it. That's the tarkib of that. Okay, right, next let's bring up the next part then. Okay, so now let's explain the mas'ala now. So tayammum darbatan. So tayammum is two strikes. Yamsahu, he wipes, bi ihdahuma, with one of them his face. Okay, so bi ihdahuma, what does that mean? So tayammum is 2 strikes. So tayammum, you have, let's say, the ground, you tap it 2 strikes. 1 strike, right, for the face, and 1 strike for the arms. So tayammum darbatan is 2 strikes. Yamsah bi ihdahuma, he wipes with one of the 2. Huma goes back to the darbatan. So the ihda is feminine because darbatan is dual, and one of them is feminine, darbatun. Okay, so the feminine goes back to feminine. And ukhra is also feminine, and that also goes back to darbatan. Okay, so tayammum, let's just recap this then. So tayammum is darbatan, 2 strikes. Yamsahu, he wipes with one of them his face, and with the other, yadayhi, his 2 arms, to the elbows. Right, and the tayammum from janaba, from major ritual impurity and minor ritual impurity, is the same. Okay, let's elaborate this more with examples, and then we'll come back to this again. Right, so for instance, watch this video now. So here's a guy, right, and now this guy is going to tayammum. So he's got some sand there, he taps his hands on the ground, right, dusts them off, okay, and now he's going to take his hands, and now notice he's wiping the entire face. Try it yourselves. Yeah, have a go. So just tap it on the ground, and then wipe your entire face. Try to get all the skin that's visible. Try to touch it all. Okay, so you don't have to get the dust onto your face. You don't have to do that. Okay, so that's 1 strike. That is 1 strike. And then tap it again, second time, dust it off again, and this time, right, wipe your arms. So you wipe your entire arm. So I've got my jump on here, but if you take it, roll it up. Okay, and again you wipe over there. So have a go at that now. So try that. Tap it on the ground and wipe arm, obviously without the clothing, and then the other one, and make sure you get all the parts. If you got a ring on or anything, take that ring off. If you got a watch on, take the watch off. Yeah, so make sure your hand is touching your skin, including the elbows. And that's it. That's how it's done. Make sure you get in through your fingers as well. So tayammum is 2 strikes. Yamsahu, he wipes, bi ihdahuma, with one of them his face, wa bil ukhra, and with the other his 2 hands, ila al mirfaqaini, to the elbows. What tayammumu, and tayammum from janaba and hadath is equal, is the same. Okay, so it's the same for both. So for example, like let's say this guy, and this guy is junub. His state is equal to the guy who is muhdith in the state of hadath. Junub is the guy who's in janaba. Muhdith is the guy who is in hadath. Right? So these 2 guys are equal when it comes to tayammum. In other words, they do exactly the same thing in tayammum. So it's not like wudhu and ghusl. In wudhu, you only have to wash 4 of your limbs, or your face, your arms, wipe your head, and wash your feet. That's for wudhu, the bare minimum. And for ghusl, you have to wash your entire body. But when it comes to tayammum, whether you're in a state of hadath or in a state of janaba, it's the same. You just have to wipe your face and wipe your arms. That's all. Right, so both are exactly the same for that. And okay, so for example, let's say there is a guy who wakes up in the morning and he is in the state of janaba now, right? So at night maybe he had nocturnal emission, or maybe he had sexual intercourse, and now he's in the state of janaba, and the water is very, very cold, extremely cold, snowing outside, the boiler's not working at home, very cold, gas is not working. Okay, so what does this guy do? So this guy is allowed to do tayammum. Okay, if it's so cold that he's scared that he's going to get ill. When we said there's 3 people in the beginning, we said allowed to do tayammum. And so this guy, he goes and he does tayammum. Now let's say there's another guy who wakes up at 5 o'clock as well, but this guy is in the state of hadath, meaning he's not in the state of janaba. He's just basically a guy who's done one of those 7 things. You know, something come out his passages, cut himself, all those, the 7 things. So now this guy as well, if for example, like, it's cold outside and he can't do wudu, otherwise he thinks if he does wudu he's gonna become ill or something, something on those lines, then this guy is allowed to do tayammum as well. So they're both allowed to do tayammum equally, right? They're both allowed to do tayammum. And or for example, like let's say a musafir, or someone who's outside the city in the same situation, if you remember, a person who is ill, marid, and we said a person who was in a state where they feared they would die if they were to use the water. And that's it basically. So tayammum is 2 strikes. With one of them he wipes his face, and with the other he wipes his two arms up to the elbows. And tayammum is due to janaba and hadath, the same. Or from janaba and hadath is the same. Right, so I've got some questions for you guys now. So have a go at this. Check out these questions, read them yourselves, pause the video at this moment, read the questions, and have a go at answering them. If you have to rewind back, play back the video again, play it all back, and the answers are pretty simple. They're all being explained in the videos anyway. So have a go at that. Jazakallah khair, guys. I hope you guys benefit from that, and I hope you guys have learned lots and lots of things from that. Again, if you guys want to support me on this channel, if you guys really want me to make lots of more videos, and I'm very passionate about making these videos, helping you guys out there, and I want everyone to have free access to this kind of knowledge and information, and to be able to learn about Islam and learn about these things. So you guys, if you guys want to help me, you guys can help me on my Patreon. If you look in the details below, inshallah, the link is going to be there. So anything you want to give $1 a month, inshallah. Anything you give is going to go for a good cause, and there's going to be sadaqah jariyah. Everyone who watches these videos, imagine you're going to be getting a reward, even if you're asleep, and even if you left this dunya, anyone who's watching this video will be getting a reward. So jazakallah khair, and thank you very much, and a special thank you to all of my patrons. All of you guys know who all of you guys are. Again, I wouldn't be able to do it without you. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.